I want to mention just a couple other things before I turn it over for questions. First, I want to applaud the highway commissioners and the highway department, Scott and his team, for being responsive to what I've raised with them, and that is that there needs to be a greater level of transparency, considering internal reforms within the Highway Commission and Highway Department. If we are for the first time going to be asking for general revenues to come forward to the Highway Department. And so as part of this, I would expect there to be an increased level of legislative oversight that would be determined consistent with the Mack-Blackwell Amendment that we've lived under in our Constitution, and the recognized independence from the executive branch from the operations of the Highway Department. Secondly, I've asked the Highway Commission for internal reforms, and that is greater level of transparency, a greater level of understanding as to how the funds are allocated and how the commissioners are the responsibility they have in terms of population and where the money flows to cars. And they have indicated in my meetings with Scott a great level of responsiveness and understanding of that. And so I put that on the table because I know that will be a legislative request as we see these general revenues funds deploy in their direction. And then finally, I want to add that this is a much needed highway plan. It is a highway plan that has no new taxes. It is a highway plan that allows us to fund all of the essential services of our state without jeopardizing them. And it's a highway plan that allows us to grow in our revenues to meet the continued needs of highways for the purpose of economic development in this state. This all could be jeopardized if my budget that I will present is not acceptable to the legislature. In other words, I've already mentioned that I might have to have two budgets. This budget, with the surplus funds that are available, that I can allocate $40 million to highway needs in our state, is not workable if we do not have access to the federal funds that are part of the Medicaid expansion. So I just want to put that asterisk in the mix as we make this presentation today. Finally, I want to applaud Speaker Gillen and President Jonathan Dismain. They have really been great partners in this, helping to formulate this plan. This is not just something that's come from the executive branch. This has really been a joint effort with the Highway Working Group, the legislative body and leaders, and the executive branch. So with that, I'm happy to turn it over to questions.
So